The 2022 Autocross season has started. I've been chomping at the bit to defend my championships. But the first event of the season is always a challenge. My racing reflexes are rusty, and my Autocross mode aggression has atrophied. I know my 2000 GT like the back of my hand, and I'm well acquainted with the surface at the airport Autocross site. Over the years, I've seen just about every Autocross element in almost every combination. Experience makes you familiar with the big things that factor into finding speed. But on some Autocross runs, it's the little things that kill your time. I'm only up against one other driver in Cam T, but he's fast and he has beaten me in the past. It's 65 degrees and the pavement is dry. It's the day after a novice school, and the course is designed to be a tough test of fundamentals like being early, looking ahead, and running a tight line. I'm driving in the last run group, which means I've seen the times other drivers are posting. My goal is to run a 45.5. I want to beat my competitor, but I also want to run a top 20 raw time. This season, I'm implementing a new air pressure strategy. 28 psi on my first run, 25 psi for my remaining runs. There are two reasons for this change. I want to post faster times on my first run while still getting heat in my tires. And last season, I was usually faster at 25 psi than 26 psi. As always, run number 1 is all about getting my 315 Rival S 1.5 tires hot and happy, and getting a feel for the rhythm of the course. .872 plus 1. Honestly, not a great start. My aggression level was way too low. I can be faster literally everywhere on course. In the first sweeper, I was a little wide, which added distance and time. After the second sweeper, I was late in the short slalom and into the offset cones, which threw off my rhythm and slowed my pace. I decelerated way too much entering the Chicago box. And I wasn't aggressive enough in the slalom after the Chicago box. I also hit a cone. Low aggression is a big mistake that's easy to correct. Amping up my aggression everywhere is a simple adjustment. But increasing aggression can intensify the impact little mistakes have on my time. A wide line can get wider, a late input can get later. So pushing harder forces me to focus on the little things. I've lowered my air pressure to 25 psi for my second run. I need a clean run, and I want to get into the 46s. .093, 0.779 seconds faster than my first run, not including the penalty. I was more aggressive in the first sweeper and in the elements leading into the second sweeper, but I can definitely find more speed in all of those elements. I was earlier in the short slalom after the second sweeper, but I wasn't faster. I didn't attack the Chicago box nearly as hard as other drivers. The center cone is offset wide, and there's a lot of room between it and the exit wall, making it easier to get out clean. This is a fast Chicago box, but I'm making it slow. And I was still holding back in the short slalom after the Chicago box. With 2 out of 5 runs complete, I'm about 1.5 seconds off my target time. I need to take big chunks of time off, but lots of little errors are slowing me down. My tires are set at 25 psi for run number 3. 46.440, 0.653 seconds faster. A decent improvement, but little mistakes are still leading to lost time. An overly aggressive launch caused wheel hop off the line. That slowed me down in the first half of the first sweeper. I was faster in the elements after the first sweeper and through the second sweeper. I was a little better in the short slalom after the second sweeper and the slow offset cones, but I'm still not attacking the Chicago box very well. I should be charging in like a bull, but that's proving to be a bear. And I still think there's time to be found in the slalom after the Chicago box. My tires are set at 25 psi for run number 4. 46.545, 0.105 seconds slower. The elements after the second sweeper are giving me fits. My rhythm is off, and for some reason, I'm not attacking the Chicago box at all, even though it's probably the fastest Chicago box I'll ever see. I'm super frustrated, and I'm still a second off my target time. I've got 1 run left. If I can just stop making little mistakes, I can make a big improvement. My tires are set at 25 psi for run number 5. 46.434, a paltry 0.006 seconds faster than my third run. I was more aggressive from the starting line to the second sweeper, but I got late after the second sweeper and I had to slow down to make the offset cones. I was a little faster entering the Chicago box, but not nearly as fast as I should have been. The 45.5 second run I was searching for was lost in those two elements. I'm not an ego-driven person. I know I'm not the best autocrosser in the world, but I'm better than this performance. Courses change, surfaces change, and weather conditions change, but one constant characteristic of autocross is that it will let you know exactly how well you stack up against other drivers. A few little things kept me from doing my best at this event, but did they keep me from taking home a win? First place in Cam T by .777 seconds. Normally, I'd be happy with the victory, but running nearly identical times for 3 runs on a course where I could have been a second faster is completely unacceptable. And my 46.434 raw time was 36th out of 109 drivers, well outside the top 20. My intention was to start the 2022 Autocross season off strong, because I know I'm in for tough battles against talented drivers. If I can't fix the little things, I've got a big problem. I'll post more results videos soon.